Hello everyone, welcome to outcome based education. So in this video we are going to see how to write a program from the algorithm. So how to learn a programming step by step, how can we write. So in this scenario I have opened one Python file uh, which is temp1.py. So it is idle, which is already available in your computer after installing the Python as I shown in the previous video. If you click this, idle will be opened and you can open by going to file and new file. Okay, you can save with some name. So I have given temporary file. So in this we will see how to write a basic Python program according to our task, because I am not going to tell you as a theoretical concepts like how to do what is the data types, what is the control state, like that I am not going. I will take each and every video I will take a problem, and for solving that problem, how we can write a program. In that scenario we will learn. For that, for example, if we required some kind of techniques, if we want to learn in the program, in this video we will learn. So now we will see here student grade calculation. It is a simple example we will see. So for that, what we have to do, first we need to enter the student marks. So in the programming, what you need to learn, how to read the information, how to read the information, because you need to enter some information from the user. So how to read the information you have to understand. So for that, for example, I am having some marks like Telugu, some 90, okay, English equals to 100, or we can also have Hindi equal to 80, and next maths equal to 90 marks. Next, still we can have some physics equal to 80, chemistry equals to some 70. So these are some subjects we are having, total 6 subjects. So here I have taken Telugu, English, Hindi, Maths, Physics, and Chemistry. So 6 subject marks I have entered. This is a simple scenario that you can give some values. You can assign some values to the variables. Your variables are here what? Subjects. Okay. So 6 subject marks if you want to read. So 6 variables I have taken in this example. So now, after reading this, if you run this program, what will happen? You observe. So after running this, it will run and another command from symbol it will come. So the program temp1.py is executed successfully, but it has not displayed anything. Why? Why means we have not set to the program to display something. Okay, we didn't tell anything to display here. We just assign some values. So it has taken the values. So the program, when you are writing each and everything, you have to tell whatever you are writing here, that instructions only will be processed and executed by the program. Okay. So now if you want to display something, values successfully entered, so we have to use print statement, because the print statement will be used to print something on the screen. So values entered successfully. After entering all the values here, then it is displaying, you are writing another instruction like values entered successfully. So first it will read the Telugu marks, English marks, all the values will be assigned line by line, and then this line will execute finally, and it will display values entered successfully. So now again you run the program. See, after execution successfully, you are getting this message. If you have any error, for example, print statement, you missed the T, print you have written. So the print is not a well-defined, predefined function. So the Python doesn't understand what is the meaning of print. This is what I have explained in the previous videos, like compiler and the interpreter. So the interpreter and compiler have some predefined meanings for functions or the data types, all these things. So if you enter print, then only the interpreter of the Python can understand this is the print statement to print something on the monitor. If you give like this, it will return the error. Print is a undefined function. See, print is not defined. Print is not defined. So there is a for every program there will be a predefined function, some syntaxes and semantics. You have to follow that. While writing the program itself, we can understand what kind of syntaxes, what kind of errors we will get if you are writing a program. Okay. So now, if you give this print as it is, the error will be removed and the success message will come and print. See. Now there is no error after execution again. Okay. So this is how you are reading the values actually. So whether you have properly read the values or not, you don't know. So now if you want to display these values, what to do? Then you have to use again print statement. You can print the Telugu like that. I am just going with the simple steps. Okay, like that you can print English like that. So I am just showing for 2 subjects. Run again. So here, so Telugu marks are displayed and English marks are displayed, what we have assigned. Okay, so now uh, how many kinds of values we can assign to these variables? Only numericals, or can we add some characters, or can we assign some strings? This is also valid point. So every time you cannot deal with the numerical values. So for example, I have given a string like this. Is it a correct format or not? So if you want to check, what you need to do is you have to run the code. If it is not correct, it will display error. Then based on the error, you have to change your code. What it is telling? Sudhir is not defined, because if you are adding some characters, you cannot add directly as numerical values. So what you need to do is you have to give them in the quotations. Okay, so from the beginning quotation to ending quotation, whatever the characters are available, those things it will treat as the strings. Okay, so now you can observe after giving the character. So you have to understand that if you are directly giving the numerical values, you can assign, but whenever you are assigning some character values, definitely you should use in between the quotations. You can use single quotation or you can use double quotation, not a problem. So after running again, now you observe, so this has been successfully executed and the value of the Telugu is printed. So 100 is printed. Now the question is, for Telugu subject, you are adding some string value. Okay, so the method doesn't know anything. Whatever values you are assigning, that values it will accept. So you have to check whether this is a proper value or suitable to our application or not. So for that, what you need to do is you have to understand what is the type of this variable, that is called data types. Okay, you have to understand type of the variables, that is called data types. So how can we check the data types of the variables? Because in other programming languages, if you see like a C language or Java language, there will be a predefined some keyword to inform that it is an integer or it is a float like that. But in Python, you no need to mention that it is a string, that is a it is a integer, or it is a float type. So how this type is assigning dynamically, this based on the value, the type of the variable is decided by the Python interpreter. So now how to check this type? So for example, for Telugu Sudhir is assigned. It is which type? English 100 is assigned. It is which type of data? So for that, we have another function called type. It is also a predefined function. Predefined function means already the meaning and the functionality is already written by the developers of the Python interpreter. So you no need to write anything about that. You can just utilize by calling the function type. And also print is also one of the predefined function. And like that, you can also use the type for English. So now you can check the output. So the values are successfully entered. Next, it is a first one is a string. What is the first one? Telugu variable is the string type str. So because you have given inside the double quotes, and English is the int type. Okay. For example, you got some value like 80.50. Okay. Now what will happen? If you want to check the type, you can write another line, print type of Hindi. Then what will happen? It is a floating point number. It is not a round figure. So that is why it is a float. Okay. So there are different data types like string, integer, and float. And sometimes we have to tell like status, whether he has pass or fail. That means sometimes you want to tell like true or false. So only two values it can assign. So these kind of things, if you want to check, another data type is there, boolean. So that also we can give as a value. So you can check status, and you can run. So integer, string, float, and boolean. There are different types of data types available. These are the main data types you can use in the Python. So now what we will do is we understand how to assign some values. So we are doing here marks, I mean grade calculation of the students. Our task is that. So we don't deviate too much. So here you need to assign some marks. So Telugu 80, English 100, like that. Okay. So we'll take only round figures right now. So now after entering the value successfully, then how to calculate the grade? We have to calculate the grade by applying some formula like total marks into 100 by the obtained marks into 100 by the total number of marks. Okay. So like for example, you want to calculate total number of marks obtained. So here what you need to do is Telugu plus how to calculate total English plus and Hindi plus maths plus physics. Just like a simple calculation how we are doing in mathematics, like that only we can do. So with this we can calculate total number of marks we obtain. Okay. The status we doesn't require. And another thing you have to learn how to put some unnecessary lines into comment. So the status is doesn't require here. We can make it as a comment. So comment will be defined with the hash. Okay, hash symbol. When you are using the comment line, this line will not be included when the program is executing. So the interpreter will not convert into misunderstandable language when it is executing. Okay, this is how comment lines will work. Only for understanding purpose. If you want, you can write some useful information for other programmers. When this program is studying by the other programmers, if you want to tell them some information, like this is printing success message, like that this line is for success message printing. Like that, if you want to give some instructions, you can write a comments. So putting a valuable comments is a very good practice in the learning of programming. Okay, so now we have calculated total number of marks. So now we need to display this tm. So for displaying, we all knows print statement we are using, and you can simply print tm. So after execution, we are doing for execution run and uh, run this module. So total 500 marks you obtain. Okay, now you need to calculate the percentage. How to calculate the percentage? So percentage also we have one formula, like total marks into how you are using. You cannot use a x symbol like this. You have to use asterisk symbol. So that means star we have to use as in I mean multiplication. So now total marks into 100, and this parenthesis is also uh, very much important. So this is called operator precedence. What should be execute in the prior priority wise. So total marks into 100 should execute first, and from that you need to divide with the total of the marks, actual marks, like six subjects, each subject is for 100 marks, then your total actual marks is 600, and your obtained marks is like 500 you got. So now 500 into 100 by the 600, this is how you are calculating the grade. So you can give simply grade also. Yeah, actually it is a percentage. From the percentage you can mention the grade. So I will give pers only. So this is how you are calculating. Now how to print this percentage? Again you can use print statement and percentage. Okay, now you can run this program. So this operator precedent, you don't get confused. We will see in the next level videos how to do this operator precedents, how to identify all these things. It is a simple mathematical calculations. We have to divide what is the prior values should execute first. So here we got 83.33 percentage. This is how you are calculating the grade, I mean percentage here. So up to this, if you are clear, I will show you how to decide your percentage in the next video, because in the next video you have to use some condition. How you are calculating the grade? If your percentage is below 50, you will get a D grade. After 50 to 60, you will get C grade. 60 to some 75 or 80, you will get some B grade. After 75 to above, then you will get 75 to 90, you will get some A grade. From 90, you may get S grade, like that. So that is how we are calculating. So how to check this, whether this percentage is below 50 or not, whether this percentage is above 50, even after above 50, again it is less than the 75 or greater than the 75. All these things, conditions you have to check. So condition checking we will see in the next video. This is just simply how to assign a values and how to calculate simple calculation in the Python. This is like a hello world program for our outcome based education videos, Python tutorials. So in the next we will see conditions. After conditions, how to read this information from the users we will see. Okay, because you cannot every time you cannot give a static declaration. This is called static declaration. Here itself you are mentioning the values. So if you want to get the values from user, like a software, it has to ask you enter how much amount cash you want to withdraw. Then you have to enter some information. Based on that, it has to return some information. So interacting with user, how to get some values from user, all these things we will see in the next video. So hope this information will be useful for you. and anything required more, you please comment in the comment section. Thank you.